Welcome to another episode
Next episode
of the Thought Exchange Cafe.
Greetings and welcome to another episode coming to you from the Thought Exchange Cafe podcast, where we bring you educational, motivational, and inspirational content, as well as information that may help you to eliminate some of your fears. Because there's some fears that you're going to have to face on your own. I am your host, Tony Davis, as well as the creator of the Thought Exchange Cafe, but I'm also the creator of Mastermind Organized Effort Public Speaking Leadership Academy, where I teach public speaking. And the goal for me is to help others to understand that their stories can inspire others to overcome some of those fears and some of those doubts that they may be having, but also the power of their voice. It doesn't matter what your voice sounds like. What matters most is what comes up out of your mouth. See, because a lot of times people are afraid to share their stories or to share their thoughts. Why? Because maybe in the past they was told that it's better to be seen than to be heard. And okay, that was fine for then, but that is not fine for now, because your voice is what's going to help you to achieve that internal status. And that internal status is going to be internal wealth and eternal abundance, because you have to speak it into existence. And in wanting to become a public speaker, for me, it was to be able to know that there was something that I could do and something that I could do well. And one of those things that I could do well is I could interact with people. And in interacting with those people, I found that they either inspired me, or I was giving them something unconsciously and sometimes consciously, because I had to begin to think about those words that were coming out of my mouth. But also at the same time, I had to remember, right, about the thoughts and the feelings that those words are going to conjure up. Because words have thoughts and words bring about feelings. They can be feelings of love and joy, or they can be feelings of doubts and insecurity. Here at the Thought Exchange Cafe podcast, hey, let's educate one another. But at the same time, right, let's begin to grab some information. Let's begin to eat something that is going to be good for the mental first, because it's what we put in here that counts the most. Because what you put in here is definitely going to be projected on the outside when you begin to speak. So in this thing that we call speaking, in this thing that we call communication, one thing that I would urge you to do is to maintain eye contact with everyone that you're in communication with. One of the biggest things that I also teach is that you want to listen. You want to listen more than you speak. Because sometimes, have you ever noticed how the mind is painting these pictures and the mind is already coming up with an answer before the person finishes? Okay, what that is called having lack of attention and lack of awareness, because you're thinking about the answer before the other person is finished speaking. And that sometimes can be called a linear conversation, which is a one-way conversation. And that one-way conversation is just your thought, what you're going to say, and what the other person has to say doesn't matter. So that's one thing that I urge my students as well as other folks to do is to listen a little bit more. Listen without any bias. And sometimes you do not have to respond. Sometimes just that small little whisper, or sometimes that just a nod of the head that I heard you, goes a long way. Because words have feelings and words paint pictures. Here at Mastermind Organized Effort Public Speaking Leadership Academy, I show the folks or my students how we frame certain things. And when you frame them, right, you give people a much better idea of the picture that you're painting. It's no longer a vague picture. It's just like saying, I want to be rich. That's vague. How are you going to get rich? You have to be rich within first. You have to feel it, think it, and act as if you already have those riches before you even get them. Now, there's another thing that I talk about, and one of those things I talk about is those fleeting thoughts, right? Sometimes we have those fleeting thoughts. They come and they go. But when they come, they leave a feeling behind. We can get started off with this great big picture and we're strong and we're ready to go. And next thing you know, we start out strong and we end up weak. Stay consistent in all that you do. Even when the feeling comes, feel it, heal from it, and deal with it and move forward, because it's just going to make you that much stronger. Every day, things change. Some things stay the same, but some things only stay the same in the mind, because today's a new day. Yesterday, there's nothing that you can do about yesterday. Yesterday is gone. But you can do much better by giving 1%. And you get 1% today, you get 1% tomorrow. God spare your life. And guess what? That's called compound interest. And as you compound that interest, you're going to always have something in your mental bank to fall back on. And another thing is develop some coping mechanisms for yourself. And in developing them coping mechanisms for yourself, you're going to be better able to communicate with yourself first and then with the other person on the other side. You're not going to be reactive. You're going to become proactive. So once again, my name is Tony Davis, coming to you from the Thought Exchange Cafe podcast, as well as Mastermind Organized Effort Public Speaking Leadership Academy. And I remember saying that I was going to tell you a little bit about the studio here. The studio here, as you can see, we have another setup over here. This is setup number 3 versus setup. This is the main setup right here, setup number 1. And over on my left, we have another intimate setting over there. And one day I'm going to show the whole place around. And the reason why I'm talking about the space is because this is a safe space. This space is a shared space, right? And I'm urging folks, right, to get in contact with me at btctonytouch@gmail.com, right? And let's have a conversation, but also come on inside and let's see how we can make your voice that much more powerful. But also at the same time, right, allow your ideas to flourish, because I talked about in my previous episode about the guy who made silly putty, right? Silly putty. A lot of people told him it was silly, but now this guy, he don't have nothing to worry about. His bills are paid. His future is already financially set. And the same can go for you. Don't worry about if it seems small or seems stupid to somebody else, right? As long as it can make some sense to you. And you'll never know if you never try. But also, I want you to know this, right? Try is an early warning sign of failure, because you gave yourself a way out. Don't give yourself a way out. Keep on pushing forward. Keep on trudging, one step at a time, one move at a time. Because trust this, right? I didn't just get here overnight. It took some time to get here, right? But also, I had to confront some of those fears. And even now, I'm confronting a fear. And part of that fear is, who wants to hear you? Who cares? There's so many other things going on. And that's some of the things that the mind talk about. How many views you getting? This and that. Everybody got millions of views in it. I'm not worried about that because I can't worry about it. What I do know is that I feel good about what I have accomplished up to this point. And I'm just a little boy from the inner city who's been through let's say I've been through some things. I've been in the valley. Okay. I've been in that piece where you just wanted to die. You just wanted to kill yourself. So yes, I've been there too. So trust this, right? God has a much better plan for you than anybody else can put upon you. Because remember, you are you, and you're here for a reason, and you're here for a much greater purpose. Let me share something with you from the book, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. There are those who give little of much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. Which one are you? And remember, you got to give to yourself first. And in giving to self, it's about believing in self. My name is Tony Davis, and I look forward to your comments, but I also look forward to you emailing me and letting me know what's going on. If you want to come in, you want to check it out, you got any thoughts, you got any ideas, share them. And I will surely enough come back and let you know that I received it and move forward on it to the best of my ability. Until I see you again, may God bless you, hold you, and keep you, and stay safe. And don't forget to share this with someone that you think it may resonate with. Also, just comment and let me know what you think. Take care.